Nanaba's kitchen. My name is Nanaba, aka Sister Madame, your favorite auntie, your favorite sister who likes to spoil you with good food. This time I am intentionally back to make egusi soup. Yes, and fufu. So you may be asking yourself, Sister Madame, why egusi soup? My daughters just came to me and told me something is trending out there. Apparently, some people just discovered egusi soup and fufu. They are challenging each other to try this soup and fufu for the very first time. In fact, some of them are traveling miles and kilometers away just to get your hands on egusi and fufu to try it for the first time. Can you believe this? So, you have been challenged. Where you live, there is not an African restaurant close by. But you want to also try this egusi. You want to get your hands on it and try it for the first time as well. Here's your video. Let's wash our hands and begin. So, we're going to begin by preparing the egusi soup. And the protein of choice today is some chicken thighs with the bone in and skin on, as well as some chicken drums. We're trying to keep it simple and yet very flavorful. Onto the chicken, I'm going to pour the following spices and seasonings. This is garlic powder or granulated garlic, cayenne pepper, salt and crushed black pepper, paprika, granulated onion, chicken bouillon cube, a drizzle of olive oil because these are going into the oven to brown. Now let's show this chicken some love. A little oil onto the sheet pan because we want nothing sticking on here. We want all of our flavors in the pot eventually. So our chicken is in the oven broiling for 15 minutes to get a really good brown caramelization on it. It's going to be so tasty. In the meantime, write that down. Sister Madame, pro tip number 1. You have to clean as you go, especially when you're working with chicken. And then when we're done cooking, all we have to do is sit down and enjoy the footage of our labor. We don't have to worry about dirty dishes. And then we'll move on to the next step. So let me clean up real quick. And as it turns out, it took only 12 minutes to broil these chicken pieces to the golden brown color I was going for. Now I'm transferring them all into the pot I will be cooking the egusi soup in. Do not forget to add the broth or the stock from broiling the chicken into the pot as well. Add your onions that are chopped, garlic paste, and you also need your ginger paste. You must not make chicken without ginger and garlic. That's how we were taught to cook our chicken. Also add some smoked dried herrings for that authentic egusi flavor. And if you like the heat, open one of your habanero chilies up. I left one whole with the head on to keep the heat inside of it. I'm also going to blend some bell peppers as well as some tomatoes that are seeded. And the tomatoes did not fit into the small blender I chose to make this recipe with. Don't know why, because I have a bigger blender. But I blended it until I made some space in the small blender and added the rest of the tomatoes. And then blend, you want sort of a chunky texture. It does not have to be silky smooth. Done. Now add your tomatoes to the pot Rinse the blender with some water and add that too. Don't want any waste. That's also going to help to create a really lovely, tasty broth around the chicken. Cook on medium heat. Stir everything in to combine. Place the lid on and cook for 10 minutes undisturbed. 10 minutes later, it should be boiling like nobody's business. Give it a gentle stir. Make sure it's not catching on the bottom. Also, at this point, the chicken should be cooked completely through, so you can taste for salt, and if you need more, adjust accordingly. Stir again to combine the salt with the rest of the ingredients in the pot. So our chicken is cooking beautifully in that lovely sauce. The aroma in this home is very captivating, friends. Next step is to prep our egusi. Now, a little light shed on this ingredient may be very helpful for you. So egusi is essentially pumpkin seeds. This one looks green because it is not polished. At the African stores, you will find the polished egusi, which has a creamy color to it. Now this here, what I just added is some vegetable broth I had on hand. I am now adding some water to it before I blend it up into a silky smooth texture. Now I used the vegetable broth just because I have recently been on a broth making spree and had a whole lot of broth on hand, so why not? It's more flavor anyway. But you don't have to use broth. You can just blend it with water. Now pour it into the pot and stir it in gently to combine. Also make sure that you rinse your blender with some water and incorporate that. No waste. Never ever wasting anything in a Naba's kitchen. That's a huge no-no. Also now cover the pot and now turn your heat down to very low heat setting and cook a further 15 minutes. And then go back and give it a stir. The egusi should be about 80% cooked at this point. You want to make sure that your egusi is 100% cooked. And now you want to cook with the lid off for about 10 to 12 minutes to cook the egusi through. And then incorporate your green leafy vegetable that you have chosen for this recipe. I chose kale, which is just as good and nutritious as spinach. You can also use watercress leaves, just whatever green leafy vegetables you like can work here, okay? Now we're going to incorporate an optional red palm oil. I say optional because you can leave the stew just as it is without any oil. You can eat it just like that and it'll just as delicious. But the palm oil does give it that authentic egusi taste that we're going for today. Substitute the palm oil also with some cold pressed coconut oil. So y'all, I went to the African store to purchase already made fufu flour or powder. I have made fufu flour or powder right here on this channel before. And if you are feeling brave, you can try that recipe linked in the description. So the whole point of this video is to help those of you who have never made fufu before or egusi soup to learn how to do it really easily. And that's why I purchased this fufu flour from the African store, because it's available there, all right? Now, if you're feeling adventurous, like I stated, you can do it the other way. And I have like several fufu recipes on this channel, and I've linked them all below for you, where you may actually find it more satisfying because you'll learn how to make fufu with the natural ingredients, okay? So here I have measured out the amounts that I need, and the package instruction says that the flour is 1 part to 2 parts of water. So I've cooked the fufu while stirring constantly until a dough was formed. And then I poked some holes in the fufu, added some water, some hot water that is, which will help generate the steam needed to cook this fufu through completely. Then I place the lid on and cooked a further 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes. Now it's cooked. You stir until it's smooth, stretchy, and sticky, and then you serve. This serves 3 adults. All right, so you want to form them into those smooth balls for great presentation, and there you have it. Spoon some egusi stew into another bowl or into the same bowl and dig in. Now, on TikTok, people were smacking the fufu before they actually dug in. Which I don't know where that comes from, because we normally don't smack the fufu. After doing all this work, you want to smack the fufu? Why? But it's all good. I went ahead and I smacked my fufu too. Why not? That's what's trending. So, hey. All right. And this was so good. Yes, it was. So you want to wash your hands because you're going to be using your hands to eat the fufu. So wash your hands traditionally. That's what you'll want to do. And hygienically, that's the right thing to do. And dig all the way in. And let me tell you, those bites. And in Ghana, we actually call this egusi stew and not soup. And we will typically not have egusi soup with fufu, but my Ghanaian friends, the Nigerian people know what they're doing because this is some good stuff, okay? So you have to try it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you also get to enjoy this experience as I did. So try the recipe and let me know what feedback you have. It is chop time, and here in Anaba's kitchen, chop time is always yes, friends. So pull up a chair because we are all friends and family here. Make it a great day, friends and family, and have fun, especially in that kitchen. Thank you, beautiful person, for watching the video all the way to the end. Kindly leave me a comment and subscribe down below. And don't forget to share the video as well. Also, watch more videos. It is chop time. And here in Anaba's kitchen, chop time is always yes, friends. So pull up a chair. We are all friends and family here.